Hi Aries, this is your October 2022 spiritual reading. We're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, Aries. Alright, we have Anima Mundi, the box, and the stone. We have detox, number 3, cleanse and restore yourself. And we have number 39, miracles, ancient wisdom. So it feels like there's a whole side to you, and not only you, but like your life and the world that you have yet to experience. It's like you have a treasure chest within you or within reach that's meant for you to open, and it opens you up to like a whole new experience. If you remember how your life was before, your first spiritual awakening, there's such a drastic difference. It's almost like the colors are different. You see and feel energy. Everything about the world changed for you, even though nothing could have changed. It's you that changed your perspective. Something opened up and got lifted, like a filter got taken off or a veil got lifted for you, and you were able to experience life in a whole new way. And it feels like if you thought that was drastic, there's something that you're capable of, that a gift that you have, something that you have access to it really feels magical. Like you are able to truly have an experience of the mystical. And it's interesting because with Anima Mundi, that represents the 12th house, right? That oneness, that collective consciousness. And Aries is the first house. So you guys are like the end and the beginning and the end. You're in between two worlds. You're capable of being fully immersed in the collective, in energy, in your spirituality, in the energetic realms, but you're also fully capable of being in this present world and being active, and like you have access to both worlds, and most people don't have that. Like for some, it's easier to be in another dimension where they don't accomplish a lot in this life because they're not grounded enough. They don't have that drive and that fire within them to initiate things and to set their will in action, to act on it. And you guys do, but it feels like one of these realms, one of these sides that you have access to, you haven't fully accessed, and it feels like you're being asked to do that now. Again, for a lot of you, it could be that 12th house energy that you have yet to fully experience. So you might want to look at your 12th house, if there are any planets, what sign is in there, like at where your Neptune is, where Pisces is in your chart, and really connect with those energies. It feels like if you're able to do that, there's a treasure chest waiting for you. There's something that awaits you, but it feels more like you have to go after it, but it's like right there. It's right in front of you. It's already been given to you, presented to you. You just have to open it. And we have the stone. it feels like this, being able to fully tap into these both realms, these both sides to you, will really give you a sense of wholeness and of completeness and empower you. Because, you know, if you're only connected to and experiencing half of what you're capable of, you're not at full capacity. And it feels like when you're able to tap into this energy as well, you have so much more confidence. You have so much, not only do you feel more powerful, but you are more powerful, because to be able to manifest, you have to work with both energy and the physical. And if you are like living in between those two worlds, you can literally weave and create anything that you desire. So it's really a blessing in every way that you look at it. With detox being here, it does feel like, you know, like in the underworld, if you read, you know, the mythology and stories, like Inanna, when she was going into the underworld, she had to remove, you know, every piece of clothing and her crystals, and you can only go in there bare. You know, it's like it's entering into a realm of not death, but energy, where you're no longer a physical being, you're pure energy. And it feels like before you know, enter that, if you're not really comfortable with it, you don't have a lot of experience, it's good to detox, because, you know, that is where our shadow lies as well. And so if you're like, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but if you are very sensitive, like if your body's very sensitive, if you eat certain foods, especially meat, your body feels the energy of that animal. And I'm not saying like it's good or bad to eat meat, but it does affect every single one of us. It's just some people are more sensitive to it. But when you're in the realm of energy, you are experiencing that at full capacity. So make sure that you're cleansed. You know, maybe try to do a detox. Try to meditate before really going on this journey. Clean your mind, your body. Make sure you shower before. Like, these are all gonna help you have the best experience going into it, instead of being faced with a lot of darkness that isn't necessarily yours. You're just carrying it, or, you know, it's in your body, it's on your skin. So make sure you do a full cleanse before embarking on this journey. And with miracles and ancient wisdom, this is something you carry from your past life. And it's, you know, what people call a miracle is what others call manifestation and belief. It's not saying, oh, I hope this happens. It's saying, it's happened. It's done, and you're living it. You're vibrating differently, so that change happens for you. And it feels like what you're going to be able to do with your life, others are going to call a miracle, and it feels like, wow, like this is a 1 in a million situation. It's miraculous, it's destined, but it's just you awakening to your power. You're meant to walk in between these two worlds and have access to them. But if you're more familiar with the physical, right now is the time to familiarize yourself with the energetic realms. And again, it's like not the 8th house or the 4th house, where it's your own subconscious. It's the collective you're tapping into. It's that oneness. It's that place where Nikola Tesla and Einstein talk about where all answers lie. Like Nikola Tesla, whenever he couldn't figure something out, he would meditate, or take, like, the way his sleep patterns were basically enabling him to meditate every time he took a nap. But he would say that, like, when he would fall asleep, he would see, someone would show him exactly how to fix the problem, and then he would wake up and fix it. And so again, that's the kind of energy, that's what you're going to have access to. And it's, not easy for everyone to fully be able to experience it in that way, but it does feel like you're capable of it. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have either your South Node or your moon in your 12th house or in Pisces, because this is something that it's like you're remembering again. You've already mastered it. You're a pro at this. It's your cells and your DNA that is going to slowly start to remember the more you open yourself up to it. All right, let's see. We have the Six of Cups. This could even be something, and the Six of Pentacles. This could even be something that gets passed down, like your grandparents or your parents, or somehow you could also have Pisces in your 4th house, where it's like your ancestors were, healers. They were alchemists. They were tapped into this energy. It's something that you had somehow experienced and witnessed in your childhood. And they say, like, when you're a child, you remember everything. You are able to remember your past lives, all your gifts, and then we slowly start to get closed off to that realm. But if you think back to your childhood, there was something that you did or experienced or somehow witnessed that connected you to these gifts. And if you use that as a ritual to tap back into it, it'll be the easiest route for you and the most familiar route. With the Six of Pentacles, again, there's a sense of, once you open that box, there's so much that it's filled with treasures that are awaiting you. They're destined for you. They're yours. They're things that you've accomplished and carried with you from your past lives. They're gifts, they're talents, they're abilities that you have, but that are stored away, that you haven't fully tapped into yet. We have the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, this is definitely a new adventure, a new journey. It's like half of you is grown and an adult, but then there's another half of you that, not that you abandoned, but that you didn't connect with. So it's still stuck in its early phases. It's still a child. It still hasn't had experiences. And so yeah, it feels very brand new. It's gonna at first feel unfamiliar until you're in the middle of it, that you start to remember. And it's like you innately know the way, even though it's so unknown, even though it's like going into a dark cave with so many different paths, but somehow you know exactly where to turn. You just have to let that part of you lead. We have the Ten of Cups, and again, it's that sense of wholeness, of if you've ever felt like there was something missing, like there was more, there was something that you hadn't tapped into yet or experienced yet, this is what it was. It's literally a whole life that you have yet to experience. It's like half of you was in the dark. You haven't explored it yet. And when you do, again, there's that sense of wholeness, of feeling like this feels right. This is where I'm meant to be, what I'm meant to do. And even in this picture, it's like half water, they're half in above water. And there's that sense of, you know, being in between those two worlds, being tapped into that collective consciousness, but also being tapped into the physical realm. And, you know, this with the Ten of Cups here doesn't feel like love, especially in a spiritual reading. It's more of you uniting your inner feminine and masculine, your, you know, anima or animus, your, you know, it's like that marriage, you know, esoterically is not between you and another person, but between your inner masculine and feminine energies. It's like the yin and the yang. It's you uniting, you know, the polar opposite traits and archetypes within yourself. And it feels like right now is the time for you to go on that journey, to explore this other half of you in this other realm that you're meant to have access to, and that you're meant to live in the middle of these two worlds. And again, it's like you have when you're there, you have full access to everything you could ever need to go through life and to create your life however that you want to. So this is a journey worth going on. And again, how you start it is going to be unique to all of you. Usually, you know, people go through like a dark night of the soul, like something externally happens that pushes us into that underworld where we discover these gifts. But because you already have these, you've carried them with you, it's up to you to go and open that and find that treasure box. And you know, the first step that you take is somehow connected to your childhood. So even like think back of what you enjoyed doing when you were a kid. What like for me, I would always be around water. Like I could be alone all day just sitting in the sink and playing with water. And so for me, it's connecting to that water energy, connecting to, you know, going swimming, taking a bath. It's meditative. It takes me to, you know, that other realm. It takes me out of this physical world. It's hypnotizing almost. And so yeah, it's something that goes back to your childhood, or even your ancestors, your parents or your grandparents, something. And you'll know, like this feels very vague, but when you recognize it, there's that aha moment within you, and you know exactly what to do and exactly how to open that door, and how to find that path to this realm. So Aries, I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.